Hello and welcome, Mark here, and to continue on the Christmas theme, we're knitting a Christmas tree today. Isn't that pretty? It's worked entirely in garter stitch. There's easy increases and decreases, and these can be used either for Christmas tree ornaments or use them a few together to make a garland. Today I'm going to be using the 3.25 needle. I'm not sure if you can see that. And the yarn, this yarn is from Marina and it's called Sparkle, and it's DK weight, as you can see, 93.2% acrylic, 6.8% polyester, and you get 300 meters in a ball, so you can make lots and lots of them out of this. Now this isn't sponsored by Marina, but I just thought I'd let you know where the yarn came from. It's just a lovely, lovely sparkly yarn, which is perfect, I think, for making Christmas ornaments or some kind of Christmas decorations. With all that said, there is a lot of rows to this, as you can see, but they're repeated throughout, and you actually start here and work upwards. So you work from point to bottom. Alright? So I think that's all that's said and done. Let's get crafting, shall we? Hello? Right. All we need to do though is cast on 2 stitches, so we don't need a lot of yarn. So just making my slip now. Yeah, don't need a lot of yarn on this. And there you go, that's it. And I've got more there than I need really, but there you go. And row 1, let me just get my notes here, because then I can see them constantly. Right, row 1 is an increase, straight away increasing, and you knit into front and back of the first stitch. So you make 1 into 2, and you're going to do it again for the second stitch. Knit front, bring the needle around to the back, and there we go. That is row 1 complete. Turn the work across. Row 2 is also an increased row, but you're also going to be making these holes. You're increasing. It looks rather lacy, and that's what we're doing now. And row 2 is a row that you're going to be repeating, so I'll just cover that. You knit 2, yarn forward, or yarn over, and then knit to the end of the row. And there you go. That is row 2. Row 3 to 13 is basically doing row 2, and you can continue doing that for about, I think it's 11 times, because you end up with 16 stitches. We've gone from 4 to 5. We'll increase 1 stitch every row until we have 16 stitches. So row 3, ideal if you have a row counter, you would knit 2. Oh, I'm going through the yarn there. Yarn forward and knit to the end of the row. There you go. End it with a nice hole at the top there. Turn. And just keep repeating row 2. So you knit 2 again. Yarn forward. Oh, sorry, and knit to the end of the row. Sorry, I forgot to tell you then. There you go. You've got 7 there now. So that was row 3 and 4. Row 5, you just keep repeating this until you've got 16 stitches on your needle. And there you go, just knit to the end of the row. There you go. And now I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's halfway done. So just continue. Just do it one more time together with you. So you knit 2, yarn forward, and then knit to the end of the row. The only trouble with this sparkly yarn, the sparkles do split on you. Like there, look, see, the yarn. Sometimes you don't always catch it all, but it doesn't affect the finished results. Excuse me. So I will finish the rest of this. I'll catch up with you when I finish the end of row 13. And there you go, that is the end of row 13, and we should have now 16 stitches. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16. There we go. Got an arrow on my table. Oh dear. So I don't know if you can see that, and I will now go up to row 14. Now row 14 is a decreased row now. We're going to get this shape in here, working upside down, remember, aren't we? So, got some fluff on the table. We're going to be doing those. So what we do is we cast off 4 stitches. And we cast off 4 stitches just like we would if you're casting off at the end of the row. So you knit 2 first and take the first one over the second. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will have 1 left over here. Oops. And then you continue the pattern as before. So you need to knit 1 more and then do a yarn over and then knit to the end of the row. Yarn over, yarn forward, it's the same thing. We just normally call it yarn forward here in the UK, but some patterns do say yarn forward and some say yarn over, but it's the same thing. And there you go, that's one side done. So row 15 is the same as row 14. So now row 15, so you can see that I'm not doing it right. There you go, row 15. Excuse me. Got a bit of a frog in my throat there. And we just repeat row 14 again. So we need to cast off 4 stitches. So there's 1. Oops. There's 2. I can't see what I'm doing. There's 2. I've lost it now. Tell me about it. Save it. 2. Do that again. 3. And the last one, 4. There you go. So let's cast off 4 stitches, and you'll have 1 left over here and the rest over here. You only have 1 on there, so that will count as 1 stitch. Because as you know, we'll be knitting 2 and then putting the yarn forward, and then just repeat. And there you go. And that's the top section completed. Now, row 16 to 25 is the same as row 2, same as what we've been doing, but you continue until you have 20 stitches on here, on your needle. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, you've got 10 there, and you increase 1 stitch every row. So you need to work about like 10 rows, isn't it, or something. So row 16 to 25, you just repeat row 2. And then that will make this middle section here. So, repeating row 2 again. Yarn forward and knit to the end of the row. That's row 16. Oh, keep knocking the camera there. So just keep working there until you have 20 stitches on your left hand needle, and that will be the end of row 25, and I'll meet you back when we reach that. Hi, back. Just completed row 25, and I have now 20 stitches on there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So now what we're going to do now is for row 26 and 27 is repeat row 14, and that's the decreasing on each side, so that's doing this bit again. So let's just go through it again, a recap. So we need to cast off 4 stitches. You have to knit 2 first before you can take 1 off. That's 1. 2. 3. 'And then caught with the shiny bits again. 4. There you go. And with 1 needle already being on that side, we only need to knit 1 more, and then we can bring the yarn forward and knit to the end of the row. So just bring the one more there, and now we just repeat row 14 again. For row 27 we need to cast off 4 stitches at the beginning of the row. So again you have to knit 2 first before you can take 1 off. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you got 1 there, the rest of the stitches are there. Excuse me. So to keep repeating the row of pattern row number 2, we need to have 2 stitches over there before we do a yarn over or yarn forward, and then knit to the end of the row. So there you go. That is the second decreasing. There's 14 there. So now from row 28 to row 37 is repeating row 2 again, and you just keep repeating that until you have 24 stitches on your left hand needle. So just in case you need a recap, oh, going on the wrong side there. You probably don't need a recap, but I'll do it anyway. There we go. So row 2, remember, is knit 2, yarn forward, and knit to the end of the row. Excuse me. Yeah. And just keep repeating row 2 again until you get to row 37. So you can see that. There you go. Should be able to see it there. So I'll do the rest of that off camera, and I'll catch up with you guys at the end of row 37. Aye, there we go. That is up to row 37 finished. Now for row 38, excuse me, we are decreasing across here. We're not taking the 4 off at the beginning. It's totally different. So we don't repeat, sorry. We knit 2, like so, and then we repeat, yarn forward, knit 2 together. So you got 2 there, so it's yarn forward, and then we're going to repeat, knit 2 together. Sometimes I can't get my needle in. And knit 2 together. There you are. Yarn forward. I just do this to loosen up that second stitch there, and knit 2 together, and we repeat this 10 times. Yarn forward, knit 2 together, And when you get 2 stitches left, so yarn forward and just knit those 2. I nearly forgot the yarn forward then. And that is row 38. So you start with a knit 2, and then you yarn forward, knit 2 together, yarn forward, knit 2 together, all the way till you have 2 stitches left, and you make a yarn forward and knit the last 2. Row 39, just get me row counter, row 39 is an easy row because it's just knit all the stitches, and you should have 25 stitches as well. So it's 1, don't know why that's a bit tight, that one. And there you go. And you just have this lovely row of eyelets going all the way across the bottom of the tree. And that's it. And there you go. Isn't that pretty? And there you go. That is your 39 rows complete. Isn't that pretty? Now what we do is we cast off, and we want to do it loosely. So instead of using the 3.25, I'm going to go up slightly. Turn it round so you can see it, if you can see it. A 3.5, so that's a 3.5. And we're going to cast off just by using a knitting needle that's just slightly a bit bigger, and that will help to make your stitches a little bit looser. And you just cast off the normal casting off, the basic cast off, all the way across the row. Yeah, just go all the way across the row, and I'll catch up with you at the end. Right, nearly finished, just got one more to go. Just cast off that one, take that yarn up and over and off, and there we go. Just tighten that up, there you are, and then we just cut that yarn, and I need to go and get some scissors. Dear me, not all organised today. Pull that off, and just thread that through the loop and pull it tight. There we are, and that is the Christmas tree done. Of course it's not finished. Excuse me again. I've used this shiny yarn, so I don't want to decorate it. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to add a button to the top and the tree stem at the bottom, and then that's the tree finished. Of course, just need to weave in these ends. We'll just weave that end in there, and we just take it away from the edge. Just keep going through and going up to the main part of the tree, so then we can go and weave in that end. Can't see what I'm doing here. And then up to that one, over that one, I'll just weave it in the ends as we go. And I'll call this one the last little bit, and there we go. Oh, getting tangled up with my yarn. And there you go. And that is it. That is that one. I'm not weaved that one in yet because I'm not sure. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a pretty button to the top, pretty wooden button at the top, and we're going to put a stem down here like a bucket. Not a stem. You could use black, brown, or I'm going to use the glittery red, and I'm just going to add a little bit of a bottom to this to make it look like a tree, like a planter. That's what we're thinking of. That's the word. Why couldn't I think of it? Make it look like it's got a planter at the bottom. Right, first of all, let's find the centre hole. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there you got, there's your centre hole. So just mark that. And as for the top, I'm going to use this yarn to sew this little button on the top to give it like a little tree topper. But first of all, let's knit the planter for the bottom. So I'm going to be using the same needle size as before, and this is still Marina Sparkle, just in the red. And we're going to pick up and knit 5 stitches. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I'm just going to pop that in there where I can pop it in, get my yarn ready, leave a tail for weaving in. And of course I've got this the wrong way around. Usually I use a crochet hook, but I'm going to see if I can do it with a knitting needle. There you go, there's 1. Needle in there. Well, that's the tail. Thought that felt a bit small. 2. Just take this stitch marker out now. And all thumbs, take that stitch marker out. 3. 4. And then the last one over that last hole. Whoops, missed it. I'm bringing a little bit of the green with it. There you go. And then there we go. We've got 5 stitches on there, and we're going to knit 1 row, there we are. Oh, a split. Let's pop it over, turn, and then we're going to increase on this row at each end. So we're going to knit 1, and then we're going to knit front and back of the second stitch, knit the centre one, and then knit front to back, that one, and then knit the last one. Oh, it's got all caught now, hasn't it? Oh dear, I'm all caught up. There we are. Yeah, and you would just do those for about another 4 rolls. So I will catch up with you when I've done 4 more rolls. Right, and there you go. I have now done 4 rolls, and you can tell with the bumps. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to cast that off. So we'll go to the larger needle, the 3.5mm, just to cast it off just that little bit loosely, so it's not tight. So remember, you have to knit 2 first before you can take the first one off. Sorry, that's me knocking the tripod. There we are. And we just take that off there. Sorry if that was a little bit off screen. And there we go. Trusty scissors. Put the tail through the loop and tighten that up. And there you go. Of course, we just need to weave these in. And then that's the planter for the bottom of the tree. Doesn't that look great? And now we're just going to join the button to the top. So first of all, get a sewing needle and make sure first that it fits through the hole. No, that one doesn't fit through the hole. Try this one. Yep, there you go, that one fits through the hole. And I'm going to use this yarn here. So just fold it over it like so, and then squeeze it in. Yeah, I have a needle. I'm just going to pop that into there, like so. Oh, I'm losing my button. And then to the bottom of that hole, so it's got something to anchor into. And there you go. I'll do it again. And there you are. And then we'll just tie this off, make a nice little knot. I like to do it a couple of times, don't want it to go anywhere, and then just weave the rest of that in. That is a pretty little Christmas tree, ready to either be used for hanging on your Christmas tree or make it into a garland. And there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe and ring that bell and you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So until next time here on Marks Makes, thank you for watching. Bye bye.